Jensen for the point. Back to better through the block and down. He'll go. Back to pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy diving. He's in.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Leif Bakken, and thanks for being on YourLiveEvent.com as we have got a Thursday night chock full of volleyball for you across YourLiveEvent.com. And tonight, I'm coming to you once again from Hawley, Minnesota, Hawley High School, as the Nuggets are hosting the Frazee Hornets in 8AA Minnesota volleyball tonight. Glad to have you along for the ride as we take a look at our two teams, as we have the 11-2 Nuggets, who are doing very well so far, and the 2-12 Frazee Hornets. So a rougher season for them, but they've got a couple wins under their belt. They are 0-3 in the conference, where the Nuggets are undefeated so far, according to what I've got. So, going to be an interesting night of volleyball, and then don't forget that we have some volleyball coming up on Monday night as well. So, join us on YourLiveEvent.com. Also going on right now on YourLiveEvent.com, we have got Mahnomen-Waubun at Ada Borup West. Hillsborough Central Valley at Cavalier. That's in North Dakota volleyball. And we've got this one, and LBF Vikings at Indus for some Minnesota volleyball as well. That one, a couple of those, you can probably jump back, and those are probably underway, a few of those right now. So thanks for coming along, and appreciate everybody being here. As we get ready here in the countdown, you see the Hornets are out there on the floor warming up, getting things ready to go, while the Nuggets are off screen to the right, doing a few warm-ups as well. And they've got the jams pumping here tonight as well, which is always good and gets everybody fired up for volleyball on a Thursday night. So I had the opportunity to talk with both coaches. Head coach for the Frazee Hornets is Molly Fairbanks, and we'll be hearing from her next on YourLiveEvent.com. Also heard from Coach Kathleen Rusted. So don't go anywhere. We've got your pregame coaches' comments coming up here in just a bit. Also, stick with us till the end of the game, because at the very end, we'll award our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. You can learn more about the Line 3 project that is completed at enbridge.com/line3.us. Also, thanks a lot to our scoreboard sponsor, Community Co-op's Energy Solutions. Visit them at communitycoops.com. And we'll take a break here and come back hearing from Coach Molly Fairbanks of the Hornets from Frazee. So stick with us. Volleyball action coming your way.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it, and always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leif Bakken, talking with head coach of the Frazee High School Volleyball Hornets. It's Molly Fairbanks, and Coach, you have come to Hawley tonight and face a fairly tough team. What have you guys done over the last few days to prepare for this game?
Well, we always know that Hawley is a really good program, and we just come in trying to be prepared for just coverage always being ready for everything that's going to be thrown at us. So working on a lot of quick feet and any kind of drills that are going to get us moving, and just trying to prepare with that mindset kind of thing. So best as we can come in and battle. So
With quick feet, I mean, that's a lot on defense. Timing is a huge part of volleyball, of course. Do you guys think that you've got your timing down, or do you guys like to throw a few wrenches in there and try to throw your opponent off once in a while?
Well, I feel like we're pretty darn good on our coverage piece. We have a really good libero, Annika Ryerson, and she moves really, really well. And she's been playing 4 years now. This is her 4th year playing varsity, so I'm excited about that. We have some different front row young girls going in that a lot of people haven't seen yet, and definitely like Elsie and Haley on the outside there, throwing some different hits and line shots and things like that. And then Ryan Eckert's our middle that has played. This is her 2nd year on varsity, but definitely has some really good swings in there. So I'm hoping with our offense, even though we're young, we can get up there and show some good things. So.
And that's what I was just going to ask. The roster doesn't show grade, but what the experience level is. So are you building up at this point, or if you're, and it sounds like you have a few leaders though that are trying to teach those.
Yeah. We have 7 seniors on the varsity right now. Only a couple are playing consistently, but we have 3 10th graders that start, and so it's definitely a young team that we're building up. Our one with the most experience is Annika, our libero, but just all around, we're just still definitely building and working on a program here in the next couple years. So,
you mentioned a couple names already, but is there anybody you really want us to watch for on the screen tonight that we're going to see some great things from?
Annika, I'm hoping we can see some really good digs if Holly's going to throw some good hits at us and stuff. So it's always fun to see her. Her serves are always really fun. She definitely throws in some short ones in there that are tricky. And then I really hope Elsie and Ryan can really get some good kills in there. They have been at the top of our stats there each game too with some of the kills. So they're definitely fun to watch.
Awesome. Molly Fairbanks, she's the head coach of the Frazee Hornets, the volleyball team. Coach, best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With YourLiveEvent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leif Bakken here with Coach Kathleen Rustin of the Hawley Nuggets. We're about to play some volleyball, Coach, and I was just thinking about you guys are 11-2, so you got to be pretty proud of your team up to this point, and no matter what happens, I mean, you've got to be proud of what they've put together so far, and even looking ahead to tonight and a little further out, that your girls have done a good job.
It's real fun to see them out there having fun on the court. I do encourage them being a student of the game. I think whatever level you play, in high school, college, any level, at any point, elementary, there's always something to learn at any game, at any level. So hopefully we keep encouraging that, and especially throughout the season. You want to fine-tune some things the closer you get to tournament time.
So we're in the late middle of the season, kind of approaching the end. Have you noticed any fatigue on the team, or is everybody keeping in good shape, in good spirits, all of those things to keep up as we come to the end?
You know, I thought the girls were in pretty good shape here, but I asked them that. Funny you asked that. I asked them that last week after the DG game, and I asked them, I said, you guys are playing all the way around. Several of my players were playing all the way around for 5 sets, and I said, you didn't look too winded. And a couple of my girls were like, I was tired. So, they are. I don't know if they show it necessarily. We haven't had a 5-set game like that for a week, but let's hope they're continuing to be in shape.
What's the plan against Frazee tonight?
Pass and serve.
Bread and butter. Bread and butter is pass and serve for Coach Rusted. Coach, I'll let you get out there, and we'll talk more after the game. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Coach Kathleen Rusted of the Hawley Nuggets here on YourLiveEvent.com.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With preschool, before and after school enrichment, and community education, the Hawley Public Schools are able to provide learning opportunities for all students. With academic clubs, athletics, and fine arts, the Hawley Public Schools has the right club or organization for your student to become a member of. To learn more about programs and activities offered by the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us.
Thanks for being on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Leif Bakken with the volleyball play-by-play call tonight as the Hawley Nuggets have invited the Frazee Hornets to come play volleyball on a Thursday night in 8AA Minnesota volleyball play. Now, if I remember correctly here, let me see if I can pull it up. This is a out-of-conference game, I believe. And I would have been incorrect in saying that. This is a conference game. Hawley's got a string of conference games coming up here as they are getting ready to close out the season. This one against Frazee, then Perham on Monday, Barnesville on Tuesday. Then they're out of conference at Ada Board Up West, and then it's Perham and Breckenridge on the 19th. Is what this says according to MinnesotaScores.net. We've got the 11-2 Nuggets hosting the 2-12 Hornets, as we have seen a lot of these teams participating in some tournaments. I believe Coach said on Tuesday, that's Coach Rusted, said that the Nuggets will be participating in a tournament this weekend as well. So more experience getting things done. That's kind of the big thing for these teams. And volleyball, it feels like the season goes by fairly fast, but at the same time, it's a long, drawn-out season, especially when you get those tournaments wrapped in there, more experience, all those things. On and on, I could talk about that, but I won't. As, again, tonight we'll be watching for a few things from both these teams. Be watching for the seniors, the Elite Three, the triple threat, Eilertson, Fleming, and Rusted for the Nuggets. And then it sounds like we should be watching here for Ryerson. That's Annika Ryerson, who plays for this Hornets team. She's a 4-year starter and got some experience out there. But Coach Fairbanks did say that she is in the building process over the next few years. So we'll see how this team squares up against the Nuggets. And it sounds like they prepared as best they can. And the Nuggets, as I said in the pregame interview there, the bread and butter, it's pass and serve. Pass and serve. That's what we're calling for. We're going to have the national anthem, and then we'll have starting lineups coming your way on YourLiveEvent.com. Don't go anywhere. Thursday night volleyball action is on the way.
Work has begun to replace Line 3 near your community, and keeping everyone safe is our top priority. Please be extra careful when driving near construction activity. Be aware of trucks and heavy equipment, and please don't enter the work areas. because we all want everyone home safe. For more information, visit enbridge.com/line3US.
Going to NDSCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. For sure, I'll look back on all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
It feels like you're at a bigger university. Right now I won't have any debt, and I might even gain a little extra money through scholarships. There's so many job opportunities. My name is Emily, and I'm here for my future.
This is Chris with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With great facilities, small class sizes, dedicated teachers and support staff, and a variety of course offerings, make Hawley Public Schools the perfect choice for your son or daughter's educational setting. To learn more about Hawley Public Schools, including calendars, directory, menus, and athletic information, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or follow them on Facebook. Good luck nuggets from the Hawley Public Schools.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We're getting ready to play volleyball in Hawley, Minnesota from the Hawley High School gym as the Golden Nuggets of Hawley are hosting the Frazee Hornets of Frazee, Minnesota. I'm Leif Bach and glad to have you here on yourliveevent.com. 8AA Minnesota volleyball tonight. Announcing the non-starters, starting with the Frazee Hornets. Right now, unfortunately, we may have a static camera tonight, but that'll give you the opportunity to be able to see the entire floor and what's going on as well here on yourliveevent.com. So we'll be coming back with the starters for the Hornets in just a bit. They're announcing the Hawley Nugget Volleyball Volleyball Buddies, a great youth program for the young ladies who want to get involved in volleyball and learning the sport. And we heard Coach Rusted talk about that in the pregame, just taking the opportunity to use volleyball and any sport and any activity as a schooling, learning experience, and I think that's great advice about anything. Just use it all as learning experience and trying to just build up and at any level. And Coach Rusted, I think, did a great job explaining that. And so that's what she's instilled in her players, and I think instilled in those young ladies who are also part of the program that they've got. As it's pretty cool that the last few nights in Hawley, they've been doing theme nights ever since their homecoming last week. And then tonight, I believe, if I saw on Twitter correctly, it's frat night. So there's sunglasses and shorts and button-up hats and backwards caps and everything. So should be kind of entertaining from the student section tonight for the Hawley Nuggets, as the student section has done a great job. As we get to our starters for the Frazee Hornets, Number 1 is Elsie Ratz, an outside hitter standing at 5'4". Number 2, Haley Selly, an outside hitter. She stands at 5'5". Number 4 is Peyton Wothy. She's an outside hitter, right side hitter at 5'3". Ryan Eckert wears the number 6, middle hitter, and 5'9". Annika Ryerson wears the number 10. She's a defensive specialist at 5'5". 13 is Cadence Mayfield, middle hitter at 5'8". And 18, Harley Kropinski. She's a setter at 5'3". Head coach, once again, Molly Fairbanks, assisted by Taylor Tappy, Katie Hoekstra, and Erica Ratz. They come into this game 2-12 overall. As we get to our starters for the Nuggets. Number 5 is Anna Steer, a middle hitter at 5'9", and junior. Number 6, Alex Eilertson, a setter, right side hitter, 5'7", senior. Grace Fleming, outside hitter, 5'8", and a senior. Faith Rusted wears the number 8, outside hitter, 5'9", and a senior. Isabel Steer is a middle hitter at 5'9", and a freshman wearing the number 9. And Ashley Fletcher wearing the number 11. She's a setter, defensive specialist at 5'7", and a senior for this Nugget team. Head coach, once again, none other than Kathleen Rusted, assisted by Marissa Thompson, Shannon Olson, Nicole Martin, Kim Gilvin, and Allie Reno. And our floor announcer said it best, let's play volleyball on a Thursday night in Hawley, Minnesota. I'm Leif Bakken, glad to have the play-by-play action for you here on yourliveevent.com. Conference play here for these teams as they bring the energy levels up from the floor, and we start rolling. Once again, the Nuggets, they are 11-2 on the season. Their opponent 2-12. So on paper, the Nuggets should be able to take care of business tonight, but that's not how it always works. Paper doesn't always tell you everything you need to know. So we'll see how it all plays out on the floor. That's why we play the game. Once again, thanks to all our sponsors for helping us out to make these games possible here on yourliveevent.com. Yourliveevent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you see any of the folks you see strolling in the corner, any of those businesses, or any of the folks during the commercials, say thank you. As we get underway here, Grace Fleming on the serve. Hornets work it around, and this one hit for the attack is Wolvie, and it'll be too far. First point for the Nuggets. On the board, Fleming serves once again. Little offset set. Nice job there getting it over, but then a great job by Ryan Eckert on the kill. Putting the Hornets on the board in set number 1. Haley Selly, the 5'5" outside hitter, to step back and serve now for the Hornets. Fletcher was there, set up by Eilertson. Great job for Anna Steer to get the kill and switch things back over to the Nuggets. Anna Steer, the one on the serve, as this one comes to Ryerson. Attack put on by Ratz. Good job by Fleming. Here's Rustad on the attack. Ryerson is there. This one might be bumped over by Eckert, and then it'll land on the Nuggets side. There's some big points for Frazee. They wanted the block up front. It turns out that one of the Nuggets was in the net to give them the 2-2 wrap up here as Eckert serves. Fleming is there to dig it, and then Steer reached out, and they call her for the carry, so the Hornets will take their first lead of the night as the student section across the way for the Hornets comes alive. This one to the back row where Fleming's at. Eilertson, Rustad tries to push it through the block, does so successfully. Here comes the attack by Wolde. This one off the post and down to the floor on the Nuggets side. The Hornets come up with the point. They give Peyton Wolde the kill on that. Set up by Harley Krupinski on the assist. 4-2 lead for the Hornets. Fleming on the dig. Sends it back over, and then as Eilertson went to go touch that, she went into the net. So rough start here for the Nuggets in set number 1. As the Frazee student section across the way that you can see, and the Hornets on the floor have brought some energy onto this one. As I say that, Eckert hits that too far for an out and a Nugget point. Alex Eilertson steps back to serve. Iverson stepped onto the floor. We'll talk about her in just a second. Free ball to cross from the Hornets. Good read by Anna Steer as this one drops back for the Nuggets. McKenna Iverson, she wears the number 13. She's standing there in the middle near the net. 5'10 senior and right side hitter. On the 4-5 serve is Eilertson. This one sent over by the Hornets. Tap over by Isabel Steer. Kropinski, and now touch over by Rats. Iverson, then Fleming on the attack. This goes to the back row, worked around. Rats goes on the attack for the Hornets. Good job by Fleming on the dig. Eilertson, now Iverson trying to find the back corner. It's stopped by Kropinski. Free ball back across after Ryerson touched it. Trying to punch it over, now punched back. And they call a back row attack on the Nuggets, so that stops the momentum the Nuggets had built up. And so it'll go over to the Hornets side, as we'll see some substitutes here. As Madison Olsen steps onto the floor and serves for the Hornets. Eilertson on the setup here. Iverson was trying to push over, and points will go to Frazee. As they held up the number 6, meaning Eilertson in the net again. Rustad receives Olsen's serve. Fleming is pushing it over. This one off of 2 touches from the Hornets. Now push back off of 2. Nice job by Eilertson there. Ryerson then sent over by Rats. Eilertson sets this one up. Iverson on the attack. Trying to find it. That's Lawrence. Tiffany Lawrence, who stepped onto the floor as well. Eilertson on the setup. Rustad on the attack and the kill. That'll put the Nuggets at 5, down by 2 to Frazee Hornets. Rustad with a good attack and kill. She'll step back and serve. Dug up by Ryerson. Rats is there. Ryerson will send it over. Steer. Eilertson, and Steer gets blocked up front. Good job by, that is Mayfield up front. Great job by Mayfield. Rats will step back and serve now for the Hornets on a 5-8 lead for them. Fleming set up by Eilertson, sends it over. Rats is there in the back row. This one grabbed by Olsen. Now the attack is pushed over where Fleming can get to it. Eilertson, now Iverson. In the middle of the floor is Olsen. Ryerson, the attack by Selly. Good block up front. And as I say that, the officials did not see that as a block. It went off the top strip of the net, and so 4 hits on the Hornets. Isabel Steer on the serve. Ryerson is there. Olsen, and now sent over by Mayfield. to the back where Steer is. Eilertson, now Fleming goes on the attack. This one, little out of control. Can the Hornets get to it? Goes off the ceiling and back down on the wrong side for the Hornets. The Nuggets come up with that point. Alexa Allie Reap will step onto the floor to serve. She's a 5'7" sophomore. Outside hitter and defensive specialist is what she's listed as. Ryerson will receive that. Olsen sets it up. Here's the attack by Selly. Partial block, falls on the wrong side. Great job there for Frazee Hornets. Selly with the kill. Haley Selly. Set up again by Madison Olsen. As I was looking down, there's an ace for the Hornets. Good job by Annika Ryerson. Well, that'll bring a timeout on the Nuggets side of things as the Frazee Hornets lead the Hawley Nuggets 10-7 on yourliveevent.com. We're in set number 1. We've got lots of volleyball to play. Don't go anywhere.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
On yourliveevent.com, I'm Leif Bakken with the play-by-play call tonight as the Nuggets and the Hornets go after it on Thursday night volleyball. 10 for the Hornets of Frazee, 7 for the Nuggets of Hawley. And we'll continue to see serving from Annika Ryerson. Rustad gets to it. Eilertson does get the second touch. Hard set over by Rustad. Ryerson, Olsen, hard set over by Selly to the back corner. And I apologize, I called that for Selly, and that was Ryan Eckert, who did a great job. We'll see if the Nuggets can get after it, and they do. Hornets work with it now. Little back and forth action, set over by Anna Steer, a little outside. And Frazee will come up with the point. Ryerson continuing to serve. Rustad gets underneath it. Eilertson, and now Steer trying to push it over. High flyer, and then touched back down. And so that'll change things up a little bit as that block goes up front to Fleming. Fletcher is back on the floor, and points will go to Frazee, as they're saying top of the net. Fleming over asking the up official about the call, I believe. Stepping back to serve is Haley Krapinski. And she puts too much power on the serve. Hornets will work the ball around. And then it was mishandled as Reap got to it, but then it fell down. This one trying to be tipped over by Rustad, not enough power behind it. Turns into 15 points now for the Frazee Hornets. This one just goes over, and there will be the block up front of it. Went off of the dig up by Steer. And then Rats comes up with it to block it at the net. takes the 7-point lead. Rustad, Eilertson now. Here's Anna Steer. Hits it on her way down, and then too many hits. Oh, a carry going to be called on the Hornets. That's a good job by Elsie Ratz trying to get underneath it and continue making things happen, but that's where things will stop, and we'll go to Anna Steer to serve. Ryerson tried to get under it, but didn't get enough as Anna Steer comes up with the ace for set number 1. Steer on the serve. There's Selly to receive it. Sent back over, no problem by the Hornets. We'll see if the Nuggets can turn it into points. It goes past Selly and to the floor. Isabel Steer with the kill. Kropinski with the setup here on a big block up front. Great job by Rustad and Steer. As they're crawling back in, down by 3 now after the Hornets gave themselves a pretty hefty lead. Mistakes on the Nuggets side caused those issues, but they're getting back into it. Ratz on the hard attack. Great job by Steer. Here's the attack by Rustad. Worked around, there's Ratz, another big dig. Kropinski gets to it, followed by Lawrence. Excuse me, that was Wolsey. Rustad on the attack and the kill to the middle. As that happens, we go 14-16 in favor of Frazee, but Frazee wants to take a timeout here, and we'll take a timeout as well. On yourliveevent.com, I'm Leif Bakken. We're in set number 1, 16-14 in favor of the Hornets.
If you're in need of Minnesota and or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
Set number 1 here in Hawley, Minnesota. The Nuggets and the Hornets playing volleyball on a Thursday night. I'm Leif Bakken on yourliveevent.com as the Hornets lead 16-14 over the Nuggets. Student section comes to its feet. Anna Steer continuing to serve. Ratz, Kropinski back to Ratz, and then partial block. Here we go. Free ball to cross by Fleming. Kropinski on the setup. Attack one there by Lawrence. Now here's an attack by Eilertson on the second touch. Good job there. For the Nuggets to pull up those points. Down by 1. We stop for a bit to tie a shoe. Spirit fingers, are they working? We'll find out. Ryerson. Kropinski then pushed over there by Olsen. Wolsey, excuse me. Hard hit as, we had a player in the net. Another mistake by the Nuggets to stop their rally. This has been a story of back and forth mistakes that stop a big run. And so far the Nuggets have been on the backside of that. As this ball is uncontrollable after going off of one of the Nuggets and turns into an ace for Ryan Eckert. (18-15) serve in set 1, put into the net. Free point over to the Nuggets. Well, this will put Alex Eilertson in the backcourt to serve. Iverson steps on as Fletcher steps off. Eilertson trying to vary her serve up a little bit. We talked about that on Tuesday night. Big block up front as we saw Wolsey going after that big attack. Great job by Rustad. And I believe that was Izzy Steer. Off of Rats, kind of awkward, but the Hornets get it back under control. Here's the attack by Steer. Kropinski hits it with her forearm. Now they're trying to save it as they weren't expecting that, and we're tied up at 18. An exciting set number 1 on our hands here on yourliveevent.com. Eilertson serves just too far to the side. Now we're going to see Tiffany Lawrence step back onto the floor along with Madison Olson, and Olson will take the ball to serve. Olson on the serve for the Hornets, up by 1 here in set number 1. Attack by Rustad. Ooh, very, very close, but the line judge says on the outside of the line, so that puts up the Hornets by 2. Very close there. This one barely over the net. Rustad gets to it. Eilertson, here's Steer, sends it to the back where Ryerson is. Followed by Olson, Rats on the push. Eilertson, Iverson, and Fleming. Now it goes back to where Selly is. Olson gets her second touch as she should, and then it's pushed over by Mayfield. Here's the Nuggets working with it. Rustad on the attack. And as she did so, she went into the net. That gives a 3-point lead here for the Nuggets. Eilertson punches it into the air. And they said she was she stepped on the line or into the net. And so it gave a point here to the Hornets. And now we talk a little bit about Coach Rustad upset with what's going on out there. We can see her facial expressions down by 4 and trying to get control of the team. Just too many mistakes by the Hawley Nuggets. We saw a lot of mistakes by the Hornets as well. So both teams struggling on that front. We've seen long runs of 4 to 5, 6 points, and then it's stopped by an error of some sort. And so it's about time for the Hornets to cause an error and the Nuggets to try to get back in, but they haven't had quite the same run as the Hornets have. 22-18 in set number 1 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. Olson will continue to serve for the Hornets after that timeout taken by the Nuggets. They've taken 2. And they say that Eilertson was in the net again. So unfortunate here for the Nuggets. Now down by 5. Hornets 2 points away from taking set 1. Steer in the back row. And this time, the Hornets are the ones in the net. Just encroaching a little too much there. So we'll see if the Nuggets can go on a run here in set number 1. Down 19-23. Rustad on the serve. Rats, Olson, and then Mayfield. Eilertson got to it, but nobody was in the middle of the floor to pick it up. So the Frazee Hornets pick up another one. And now it's a set point as Rats will serve. Steer is there. Eilertson, now Fleming on the attack. Pushed through the front row. Ryerson, and now a hard set to the back by Selly, I believe that is. Here's the attack by Iverson. Nice save by Lawrence. Now push to the back. Oh, hits the back row. Big win in this set for the Frazee Hornets. Great job there for Tiffany Lawrence on the kill. Set up by Olson. And the first set goes to the Hornets of Frazee. 25-19. We've got ourselves volleyball on yourliveevent.com. Coming back with more action in just a bit.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it. And always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
On YourLiveEvent.com, I'm Leif Bakken as set one goes to the, let me get that corrected there. Set one goes to the Frazee Hornets, 25-19. Too many errors out there. Lots of in-the-net issues for the Nuggets. The Hornets also had some errors early on, but they got into some long strings where we saw just points racking up, and that's basically how they won. It was closer when it came to gameplay between these two teams than what that score of 25-19 kind of shows. The errors are what put Hawley underneath, and they couldn't dig out of that. So now here we are for set two. Getting ready to roll. And so it's a kind of a new game in a sense. So time to shake that first one off for the Nuggets and get on to the second. As for Frazee, you're ready to carry this momentum the rest of the way. We're going to see Harley Kropinski step back and serve for Frazee Hornets to start things off in set number two. Fleming will go on the attack for the Nuggets, put it to the middle of the floor, and they'll take the 1 point lead to start things off. That's how you want to start. Great job for Grace Fleming, the senior on this team, set up by none other than Alex Eilertson. Fleming will step back and serve. This one not high enough over the net, so Hornets are up to 1 point now as well. This one barely over the net where Fleming is able to dig it. Rusted goes on the attack, finds that sidebar. Great job. Faith Rusted, the 5'9" senior. As we go a little back and forth, 2-1, Anna Steer stepping back to serve. She's a junior and starter on this team. Kropinski sets it up for Rats, goes through the block. Fletcher is there, followed by Eilertson, then sent over by Rustad. In the back, that's Selly. Kropinski, and then pushed over by Mayfield. Steer, Eilertson, and then Steer. Ball worked around and sent over by the Hornets. Here's Faith Rustad on the kill. Good job there. Try to extend that lead and go on a run if they can. The Nuggets will. Trying to change things up as Anna Steer serves. Ryerson, Kropinski. And then the attack just too hard. hard hit by Eckert as she's playing on that far side, the right side. That one going to be on the back line as that was Selly in the back watching it and thought, okay, that's going to be too far. An ace comes up, though, for Anna Steer, her second on the night. Puts them up 5-1 in set number 2 after dropping the first set. Hornets work it around. There's Fletcher, Eilertson, now Rusted, hard push over, and not going to work. The kill will go to Rusted. And the point will go to Hawley as well, as Rats couldn't quite get a wrangle on that one. 6-1 serve from Steer. That one's going to be too light and in the net. Remember what Coach Rusted said in our pregame comments, and that is pass and serve. It's the bread and butter. Serving has been a little bit tough a handful of times. Two girls get their hands on the ball. It goes to the Hornets side and goes out of control. Nuggets come up at the point as Iverson steps up to the line and will switch with Fletcher. Eilertson will step to the back to serve on yourliveevent.com. Community Co-op scoreboard tells us it's 7-2 here in set number 2. Glad you're along for the ride here. From Hawley High School in Hawley, Minnesota. Eilertson, hard serve. Worked around. Selly goes after it and hits it just too hard. Got to appreciate the setup for that one, but got to bring that power in and send it to the floor. This one ends up on the wrong side for the Hornets, as nobody was there to pick it up off of the first hit from the back row. Woolsey steps off, and that's Drews who stepped on, as the serve goes too far, and the Hornets will get that point, and the Nuggets will be up by 6 still, but they turn the ball over. Olsen steps onto the floor now to serve, as we saw in that first set. Rusted, Eilertson, and now Iverson on the attack. Here's Olsen on the set. Rats is there on the attack. Rusted, Eilertson, here's Iverson. Right to the middle where Olsen's at. Then it's Lawrence on the touch. Sent from the back row by Olsen. This one dug up, that's Selly. And then pushed over, and 2 hits on the set. As the student section for Hawley chants back at the opponents on the other side of the room. Grace Rusted on the 10-3 serve. Ryerson, followed by Rats. Ryerson will have to free pass it over. Steer is there, Eilertson, and then Steer up front. Going for the block. They try to, and it'll be 4 hits on the Hornets side. Good attempt on the block, and it slows things down for the Hornets enough that Coach Molly Fairbanks wants to take a timeout here in set number 2. We've got 11 for the Nuggets, 3 for the Hornets, and the Hornets have the 1-set lead here on yourliveevent.com. Thanks to Community Co-ops helping out on the scoreboard. We'll be back after this.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With yourliveevent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
Set 2 is underway here at Hawley, Minnesota, with an 11-3 advantage for the Nuggets, who are also serving. This is Faith Rustad, and you're on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. as the Frazee Hornets have come to town to play volleyball. Mayfield will free pass it over. Steer, Eilertson, and then Fleming to the side. Great kill there. Another assist for Alex Eilertson doing her job with 9. That puts Fleming at 3 kills on the night, 2 in this set. Rustad continues on the serve. Rats, Selly, and then it ends up on the other side. Oh, caught between Steer and the net. Not as much of an attack opportunity, I should say, for the Nuggets, as the Hornets try to go after it, and just a little bit flat-footed attack there for Tiffany Lawrence to put the Nuggets up by 10 here in the second set. We're seeing a different look at these Nuggets in set number 2, as there were just too many errors, i.e. they were in the net quite a bit, and that caused some problems. As I say that, Rustad puts that to the Frazee bench and turns into a Hornet point. LC Rats on the serve. Fleming is there. Eilertson on the setup, and then attacked by Isabel Steer, and that one's going to be out of bounds just by a little bit. I could tell from here. Oh, and then I look down to click on the scoreboard, and I missed the signal, but it's the Nuggets who get the point. Reap steps on and serves as the Hornets work the ball around. Selly able to come up with that kill. And so Ryerson will serve for the Hornets. Here's Fleming on the attack for the Nuggets. Rats is there, followed by Olsen. Then Selly goes on the attack. Nice dive by Rustad, trying to get to it. But Selly will come up with another kill, assisted by Olsen. Trying to dig out. Rustad with a good dive, getting after it as she digs up this one. Light touch over by Anna Steer. Hornets recover as the Nuggets now get a chance. Here's Fleming on the attack. Just a little too much on that. And there will be a Hornet point. Down by 7 now in set number 2. Ryerson will continue to serve. Annika Ryerson, 5'5" defensive specialist. Iverson for the Nuggets on the attack. One more touch to go. They'll have to pass it over. Here's Reap, Eilertson, then Steer on that side. And you bet it hits that line. And that is in. So, Anna Steer coming up with the kill. Reap on the assist as Fletcher serves for the Nuggets. Attack by Lawrence, a little bit flat once again. She's got the wind up, but I think hitting it on the down of the ball instead of sending it over. Ashley Fletcher, the senior for this Nugget team, as Ryerson, a senior, is able to get to it. Hornets free ball it over. Fleming gets set up by Eilertson. This one high by Rats, Selly, and then pushed over by Lawrence. There's Rustad, Eilertson, and then Anna Steer with the kill. Another big point there for the Hawley Nuggets as we go 10 up over their opponents of the Hornets. And again, seeing a different Nugget team here in this second set. They're working hard at staying out of the net. They're trying to place the ball just right, and talk about pass and serve. They're doing a much better job of that here in the second set. In that first set, we saw it close out for the Hornets to go with the win, 25-19. A lot of errors by both teams, but it was too many errors by the Nuggets, and that's how we get to this point where they've got one set over the Nuggets of Hawley, and we're playing through set number 2 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken. Glad to have the play-by-play action for you. Little AC/DC to get the crowd pumped up. Maybe it's what the girls like to listen to get them pumped up as well. We'll see if Fletcher has a TNT serve here. Olsen was there for that. Lawrence, and then sent across by Selly. Eilertson, now Fleming on the attack, finds that near sideline. Fleming with another kill, putting her at 4 on the night, 3 in this set unofficially. Good serve to the back where Ryerson has to get to it. Here's the attack, and great block up front. That was Steer and Eilertson. Anna Steer. (19-7) now. With Fletcher serving and gets the ace. This one just too far in front of Ryerson. So Fletcher will continue to serve. Ryerson will get to this one. Olsen, and then sent over. Reap is there. Here's a big attack by Steer. Hornets keep it alive. They've only got one more touch just out of the way. And now they're at 21-7. Anna Steer with another kill. Fletcher on the serve. This one off to the sideline and gives the Frazee Hornets 8 on the board for set number 2. Krupinski steps onto the floor to serve. We're also going to see Anna Drews step on. Drews, a 5'9" middle hitter, wearing the number 8. Krupinski on the setup. Here's Selly on the attack. And that one goes into the net. So 22-8 is our score in set number 2. On the Community Co-op scoreboard, Fleming to serve as Ryerson is there. Krupinski, and then attack and pushed back as that was Drews, and then Rustad pushed it for the Nuggets. Hornets send it over. There's Fletcher, Eilertson, and then Rustad. Did she? Okay, she hit the, that's what I thought. She hit the antenna, and it goes, so the attack was just too wide, so it's out, and that turns into Frazee point. It's going to be hit too hard by the Hornets on the serve. So the service error gives the Hawley Nuggets a point, and they go 23-9 right now. Anna Steer on the serve. Selly was there to receive it, but just didn't quite work out as Anna Steer comes up with her 3rd ace on the night. And now we're at set point. Up official says his time, and the down official is trying to fix his side of the net on the far side of the gym. Wonder if he was fixing the antenna, because Rustad hit that pretty hard through that. Student section for Hawley High School comes alive. Here's the serve from Steer. Selly, Krupinski, the attack by Drews. Steer, Rustad goes on it, and then it goes on the wrong side of the antenna on the block. And that'll be Hawley to close it out as a 25-9 finish in favor of the Nuggets. We'll be coming back with set number 3. We're playing 4 at least tonight. 25-19 was the end of 1. 20 in favor of the Hornets. 25-9 in favor of the Nuggets after 2 on yourliveevent.com and the Community Co-op scoreboard.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With preschool, before and after school enrichment, and community education, the Hawley Public Schools are able to provide learning opportunities for all students. With academic clubs, athletics, and fine arts, the Hawley Public Schools has the right club or organization for your student to become a member of. To learn more about programs and activities offered by the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us.
Set 3 about to come your way on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bakken, and thanks for tuning in for Frazee Hornet and Hawley Nugget volleyball on a Thursday night. We are glad to have you along for the ride as these two teams are tied up at a set apiece. Set number 2 is not the same Nugget team we saw in set number 1 as they cleaned up all their errors. They had some great serving and some great attacks, good passing, everything you need to have a successful win in the second set, and that's exactly what they did. A few mistakes on the Hornet side of things. And so that cleans things up and makes it easier to come up with the second set win. As we go into set number 3, we're playing at least 4 tonight, so you've got more volleyball action coming your way on yourliveevent.com. 1-1 in sets. We're about to start number 3, and Fleming will serve for the Nuggets. Ryerson was the one to receive it. Here's the attack by Selly. Big block up front. Great job there for Anna Steer to start things off for the Nuggets. Ryerson on the dig once again. Krapinski, and then not enough power behind it coming from Peyton Wolde. So that'll put the Nuggets up by 2 in set number 3. Grace Fleming, the outside hitter at 5'8". She's a senior, one of the power 3 between Eilertson, her, and Rusted, wearing the 6, 7, 8 respectively. They work it around. There's Rusted on the attack. Big block up front by the Hornets. Great job. This one trying to be set up, and Isabel Steer knew that she was going to go into the net and did so. And as I say, it was Isabel Steer, it was actually Anna Steer. So free one over to the Hornets. That one rolls off the fingers of Fletcher and would have been too many points, or hits, excuse me, on the Nuggets. So have to keep the count in mind after something like that happens as we get wrapped up at 2 in set number 3. Fletcher up front to Eilertson. It's on the Hornet side. And then a carry is called on Frazee. Kylie Carger will now step onto the floor for the Hornets. As Selly steps off, Carger, a defensive specialist at 5'6", Anna Steer steps back to serve with the 3-2 lead in the third. Ryerson got underneath it, but it was a hard hit serve and an ace for Anna Steer. Her 4th on the night. Ratz is there on the reception. Krapinski, now Ryerson will free pass over. Fletcher, Eilertson, now Rusted. Hard hit and a block up front. Turns it to Frazee points. Good job there That was Eckert and Wolde up front. Ryan Eckert will now step back and serve. Fleming trying to make a decision. Everybody calls it out, so she pulls back just in time. As we start off on a tight third set, Alex Eilertson will step back and serve now for the Nuggets. Rats receives. Krupinski was a little bit concerned with where she set that one up, and reason to be concerned because it was too close to the net and then ends up being 4 hits for the Hornets. 6-3 serve. Ryerson. Krupinski on the bump pass. This one pushed over and going to be the kill for Peyton Wolde. Assist for Krupinski, her second on the night. Wolde with 2 kills now for the evening. As Krupinski and Wolde sit down, we see Olsen serve just barely go over the net. Good job by Steer on the attack. Hornets still working with it. They've got one more touch. They get it over just fine. Eilertson on the first touch. Steer, now Rusted, touches it over lightly. Rats, Olsen, then Lawrence. Steer, Eilertson, and then Iverson. Finds that sideline. You betcha. Iverson, her first kill on the evening. This will send Rusted back to serve with a 7-4 lead in set number 3 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Ryerson. Then it goes to Olsen, who gets that second touch. Mayfield on the send-over. Light touch by Steer. This one tipped over by Mayfield. Now the Nuggets will work with it. Iverson on the attack. A high flyer. That would have been in. Ryerson touched it. That's a good job there for the Nuggets. That was a high fly kill. And you don't see that very often as it arched its way, and that would have been right in the corner. So good eye by Ryerson to get a hold of it, but couldn't get quite the angle at it as we were going along. So 8 here for the Hawley Nuggets, 4 for the Frazee Hornets, as Coach Molly Fairbanks of the Hornets takes this timeout. And we'll be right back as well on yourliveevent.com.
Work has begun to replace Line 3 near your community, and keeping everyone safe is our top priority. Please be extra careful when driving near construction activity. Be aware of trucks and heavy equipment, and please don't enter the work areas because we all want everyone home safe. For more information, visit enbridge.com/line3us.
The Hawley High School gym comes alive with the sounds of We Will Rock You. Everybody stomping their feet as we resume play on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bach and Rusted on the serve. The attack put up by Mayfield. Big block by the Nuggets. As Rats tries to pass it back after Mayfield got a touch on it. She carries the ball a little too high on her pass up in the bicep area. That's like a classic carry on that bump pass. Rusted sends it to that far side where Mayfield's set up. Here's Lawrence on the attack. That was Fleming. Eilertson back to Fleming. She goes on the light attack, but blocked up front, so the Nuggets will work with it again. Here's the attack by Iverson. Gets it over the top of the block. Ryerson, and then a good save for the Hornets. Great job by Rats. Keeping the ball alive. We'll see if the Nuggets can score off this one, and that'll be a kill for Fleming. And I apologize. Isabel Steer, the one to get that point. 10-4 now. Rusted on the serve. Rats. Olsen back to Rats. She'll free pass over. There's Rusted on the dig. Sent to the back and just too far by Fleming, set up by Eilertson. So Frazee Hornets will come up with 5, be down by 5, and get to serve. Set number 3, both teams have 1 set win each. Stepping back onto the floor is Haley Sitley. And Rats on the serve. Rustad is there. Eilertson, now Fleming, pushes it over, gets the kill. Great job for Fleming, and the assist once again by none other than Alex Eilertson. Allie Reap will step back onto the floor and serve. As this one goes to Rats, Olsen, and then that is Lawrence to push it across. Here's the light attack by Anna Steer. Olsen got to it, followed by Lawrence, now Silly. Rustad, Eilertson, Fleming got to the net too soon, but got to the ball just on time on that kill. A little bit of timing, maybe it was a little bit of a problem there, but it worked out just fine with a 12-5 lead here in set number 3 for the Nuggets. Ooh, nice job by the Hornets trying to do a little mistiming as well. Eilertson, hard set to the back row where Ryerson is. Olsen, now Selly. Lots of mustard on that one. To the back row, or to the back, I should say, out of bounds. Good read by the Nuggets. Reap on the serve once again. Rats, and then Olsen sets it over on 2-touch. Eilertson, now Iverson, blocked, and no, they're going to say 4 hits. Hit the top of the net. 13-6 as the Frazee student section reminds that there's a net there. Fleming on the attack, on the line! Great job for Grace Fleming. Getting another kill. And it looks like I'm doing a decent job at stat keeping because it says 7 on the board and I have 7 on my paper. As Fletcher serves. Free across by Lawrence. Eilertson, now Steer on the attack. Gets it past the block. There's Olsen, Ryerson, Selly on the attack. Good job by Reap on that. This one rides the net. It was touched by the Hornets, so the Nuggets try again. Here's Fleming. Rats. Olsen gets her second touch. Free pass across by Ryerson. Rustad is there. Second kill, and that was a big kill, but the point ends up because Selly was in the net. So that's unfortunate. That doesn't get to go in the book. But it still ends up being a Nugget point. 15-6 serve. Too much on that one from Ashley Fletcher. So that'll give the Frazee Hornets 7 on the board. 15 for the Hawley Nuggets. Community Co-op scoreboard here on yourliveevent.com. Good job floating up there and bringing it down. Anna Steer on the kill. I have 17 assists for Alex Eilertson. Doing a good job. Doing a great job. Fleming to serve. Ryerson, Kropinski, hard set over. Fleming on the attack. This one just in front of Ryerson. As Kropinski turned around and thought Ryerson was going for it. I think Ryerson also saw Kropinski make the move, and so she hesitated. 10-point lead here for the Hawley Nuggets in set number 3. 1 set each for these two teams tonight. Ryerson, Kropinski blocked up front as that was Drews trying to go on the attack. Nuggets tried to work with, Hornets tried to work with it, but just got out of control. 18-7 now. Ryerson, and then that's going to be too many hits, I think. Yep. So unfortunate there. And call that an ace. for Fleming, as it was hard for control there by Ryerson. 19-7 serve. Ryerson's there this time. Kropinski, followed by Drews, blocked up front. Hornets get to work with it. Kropinski will send it to the back on a hard set. Rustad goes on the attack, block, but it falls out of bounds, so the points will fall to the Nuggets. Steer will step off as Marissa Alles steps on, a 5'7" junior and right side hitter for this Nugget team. As we take a timeout, Coach Fairbanks wants to for her Hornets. It's 20 for the Hawley Nuggets, 7 for the Frazee Hornets on the Community Co-op scoreboard on yourliveevent.com.
Going to NDSCS, I found out way more than just like sports. I met a lot of people just on my floor, and then different activities you could go to that were on campus. I for sure will look back at all the memories and love it. My name is Grace, and I'm here for my future.
It feels like you're at a bigger university. Right now I won't have any debt, and I might even gain a little extra money through scholarships. There's so many job opportunities. My name is Emily, and I'm here for my future.
On yourliveevent.com, we are in set number 3 with the Hawley Nuggets leading the way 20-7. This is how it went in the first set, though. It was 25-19 in favor of the Hornets with a lot of mistakes by both teams, but one too many, well, a few too many by the Hawley Nuggets. Then the Nuggets came back and won 25-9 in set 2, and here they lead 20-7 in number 3. Kropinski wanted to go off of 2, does so successfully, and the Nuggets had to send it back quickly. Good dive there, and it's set back once again. Hornets getting a little more time with the ball. Kropinski on the free ball to the back row. That's where Reap is at. Eilertson, then the attack by Rustad. But blame it on the distraction up front. Not quite a block as it hits the net. So 4 hits on the Nuggets as we turn things back over to the Hornets as Selly serves. Fletcher, Eilertson, and Rustad. They're going to call a carry on the Nuggets. So we've got a couple of miscues there for the Nuggets. Here's a hard hit by Alles on that right side, trying to go after that attack, but just too much on it. As the Hornets down by 10 now, try to get back into set number 3. This one close to the net. And then 2 hits going to be called by Eilertson as it was just too close to the net, so the Hornets were able to get a push on it as Eilertson also got the touch. And then she goes after it again, so unfortunate there. Fletcher was there first for the reception. Rustad sets it up for Eilertson, rolls along the top. Now the Hornets have to chase it down. They get to it, so Ryerson will be the one to send it over. Big block up front. Nuggets will work with again. Alles now push over by Rustad. Here's the attack, too far back by Selly. And they're asking for a touch, and it was out of bounds, is the final official call. Amanda Nelson stepping onto the floor, defensive specialist at 5'1" and a junior for this Nugget team. We're also going to see Isabel Steer step back on as Reap, and that was Anna Steer, I believe, stepping off. Nelson to serve for the Nuggets here in set number 3, 21-11. This one found by Eckert. Eckert goes on the attack, blocked up front. Gentleman in front says that was 4 hits, but they called it a block is what the official said, and he was right there next to it. Rustad pushes that one through and gets the kill. Great job there for Faith Rustad. Her first kill of the third set, number 6 on the night. Jada Jeffvig will now step onto the floor for the Nuggets as Rustad will take a break. A 5'8" outside hitter and junior for this Hawley team. Nelson still on the serve with a 22-11 lead. Rats will get the dig and the attack. Ooh, quick 2 hits. 3 will send over. attack trying to push through. Good job there by Ryan Eckert. Eckert getting that kill set up by Krupinski. Eckert steps off the floor, and then we see Kate Vegan step on, a 5'8" outside hitter to serve. 10-point difference on the Community Co-op scoreboard. This one lands in the corner, and a kill there for Steer. Iverson steps back onto the floor. Eilertson steps back to serve, 23-12. As a little collision there, but the Hornets keep it alive, and the Nuggets will have to deal with it now. Jedvig sends it over. Ryerson, Krupinski, now Mayfield with the kill. Great job there for Mayfield. Her second on the night. Krupinski comes up with the assist. This will be Olsen to step back and serve. Lawrence also stepping back onto the floor for the Hornets. Down by 10 in set number 3. Attack by Jedvig is too far. Bring it within 9. Madison Olsen will continue to serve for the Hornets. Fleming is there in the back row. Eilertson, then the attack by Isabel Steer. This one finally put over after the block, and then tipped by the Nuggets. As I say that, Frazee gets the points because of somebody in the net. Olsen's serve found by Fleming. Eilertson's there. Here's Iverson on the attack to the back. Ryerson gets to it. Nice job there. Olsen. And now Mayfield. Here's the attack by Isabel Steer. And she'll find the points on the other side of the net. Jedvig serves. As Ryerson gets to it, here's the attack by Lawrence to the back, finds the very back. Good job there for Lawrence, Tiffany Lawrence on the kill. Olsen on the assist, keeping this set alive. As Ratz is the one that served. Here's the attack by Steer. Ryerson's there, but out of control as it goes into the bench. And that's how we close out set number 3, is the Nuggets take it 25-16. And we are going into another set here on yourliveevent.com. Once again, 25-16 in set number 3. Now the Nuggets lead 2-1. More volleyball action. Will it be the last one, or will we play to 5 tonight? That's coming up.
This is Chris with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With great facilities, small class sizes, dedicated teachers and support staff, and a variety of course offerings, make Hawley Public Schools the perfect choice for your son or daughter's educational setting. To learn more about Hawley Public Schools, including calendars, directory, menus, and athletic information, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or follow them on Facebook. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we go to set number 4 on yourliveevent.com. Community Co-op scoreboard shows 2-1 in favor of the Nuggets. I'm Leif Bakken with the play-by-play action for you, and let's talk a little bit about how this has been going. We just saw a 25-16 win for the Nuggets, but things did not start off so hot for the Nuggets against the Frazee Hornets as they lost 25-19 to too many mistakes they made, too many errors, especially up front at the net. Saw a couple of hits on the top of the net, saw a couple of times that they were in the net, and that made it difficult to crawl out of the hole in the first one. But then they came back, and it was like seeing a whole new team in set number 2, 25-9 being the final score there, as we saw some great serving, passing attacks, and less mistakes for the Nuggets. And more mistakes on the Hornets side of things, and it's a young team. They're trying to get things to roll. And then in set number 3, there were some mistakes, but also ultimately a decent run for Hawley. There was quite a few mistakes for the Hornets, as I said, and I believe, if I recall correctly, we saw the Nuggets lead by 12 at one point with a 25-16 finish for the Nuggets, up by 2. Glad you're with me, Leif Bakken, on yourliveevent.com. Will this be the final set of the night, or will we push it to 5 and the Hornets find a little spark? We're going to find out here in just a bit as everybody gets in the groove. Frazee, they brought a student section over, and they've been vocal tonight. And I don't know if that got into the heads of the Nuggets early on, or if it was just some pregame or early set jitters that happened there. As we get going, and Fletcher can't handle it by Krupinski. So there's an ace on the board to start the Frazee Hornets off in the black. Rusted, Eilertson. Here's Steer on the attack, a block up front, and then Hornets will go after. There's a block as well. Hornets will try again. Hard set over by Krupinski. Eilertson from Rusted. Now Fleming on the attack. Finds the middle back. Good job there, Grace Fleming. 20 assists is what I have for Eilertson tonight. That's unofficial, folks. But I like to think I've been keeping a pretty close track on the night. This one pushed through. Good job by Peyton Woolsey. Gets it past the block up front. Woolsey with 3 kills on the night. Steer sends it to the far side where Krupinski's at. It goes off the ceiling, it looks like. Woolsey gets to it, and then put over by Eckert. Nice second touch and a kill by Eilertson. So that'll put us at 2 around in set number 4. This brings Kylie Carger onto the floor for the Hornets, defensive specialist at 5'6". Anna Steer serving for the Nuggets, the junior, and a starter for this Nugget team. Rats on the attack. It gets blocked, so Hornets try again. This one too far, as Woolsey was looking for the kill. So Steer will serve once again. This one off to the side. This is kind of how our first set started, was a back and forth battle, serving errors, people in the net, that kind of thing, as Eckert serves. And then it's blocked up front. Good job there That's Mayfield who's there along with Rats. Puts him up by 1, and Eckert will continue the serving. Fletcher, and then second touch by Rusted. Good job, and then a nice big hit. Call that a kill for Faith Rusted. And the battle continues here in the 4th set, wrapped up at 4. Eilertson on the serve, Ryerson on the reception. Krapinski back to Ryerson, who passes it over. Fleming, Eilertson, and then pushed over by Steer. Now trying to get to it, Ryerson swings and misses. So the Nuggets will take the advantage here. In set number 4, they also have the 2-1 advantage on the Community Co-op scoreboard. Eilertson sends it to the back row once again. Krapinski on the setup, Mayfield on the hit and into the net. And the Hawley High School student section serving up the Frazee student section some of their own medicine on that one. There's a net there. Shallow serve, but it's handled. Wolde tried to set that one up and doesn't quite work out, as Mayfield was trying to get to the ball and it was just too close to the net. Not enough power as well. Eilertson on the serve. This one, too much. And now we'll see some substitutes come onto the floor. This includes Anna Drews and Madison Olson. And whenever we see Olson enter, we see Krapinski step off, and we see Olson serve. Down by 2 in set number 4. Fleming is there on the reception. Eilertson pushed over by Rusted. Olson to Ryerson, and then Mayfield to flat. See Kate Vegan step onto the floor now as Mayfield steps off. She'll have a word with Coach Fairbanks and then take a seat on the bench, just talking about what happened there as Rusted served. Good job there by Drews on the attack. Here's Rusted on the attack. Ryerson, and then on 2. Good job by Olson, finding an open space. Great dive by Rusted, but a great job by Olson on the second touch. Oops. That's Olson's first kill on the night. Ryerson with the assist as we get rolling here. Now I'll look up finally as we have Fleming send it over. Here's a second touch send, and then it's out. Last touched by the Nuggets. So Elsie Rats will serve. Down by 1 in set number 4. Steer, Eilertson, and now Steer. The other Steer, that is. Blocked up front, and Iverson goes on the flat foot attack. Hornets, little out of it. And then one of the Hornets is on the wrong side of the floor underneath. So that turns into a Nugget point. Allie Reap will step on. Izzy Steer steps off. And Reap will serve for the Nuggets. Ryerson, Olson in the attack. Put over as it slips through that block. Good job by Selly. Here's the attack by Rusted, just too far. Good read by the Hornets. They've been able to get a couple of really good reads on the Nuggets as it goes just too far. Lots of power behind some of these hits. Ryerson on the serve. Rusted, Eilertson, now Anna Steer. Blocked up front, but there's Rusted to come back up with it. Fleming on the attack. Ryerson, this one mishandled, but it comes over the net in fine shape. Iverson goes on the attack. Ryerson's there in the back row. This one going to be powered just too hard by Drews. (10-8) now the score as Fletcher steps on, Iverson steps off. We'll see what Fletcher can do. Spirit fingers come up from the student section. Olsen. Drews. Eckert sends it over. Here's the attack by Fleming for the Nuggets. That finds the line. The official even leaned in to watch that one closely. Points down. Good job for Fleming. Her 10th kill on the night. Fletcher on the serve once more. Ryerson gets to it. Sent over by the Hornets. Ball worked around. Anna Steer puts it into the block, but comes up with the kill. Well, now we're going to see Ingrid Rusted step onto the floor, a setter, a defensive specialist at 5'5", and a freshman. Eilertson will take a break, a well-deserved break. 12-8 lead with Fletcher serving. Ryerson, Olsen, and then that was on in. That was in. Selly was the one with the kill there, I believe. Olsen with another assist. That's 7 on the night, according to my statistics. And that'll bring Krapinski in to serve. Rusted sends it to Fleming. Fleming pushes it over. Selly, Krapinski back to Selly. Fletcher, Rusted. That's Ingrid Rusted, who sets up Anna Steer on the kill. So that makes it 13-9 here in set number 4. The Nuggets, if they win, it's game over. But if the Hornets win, we go to 5. This is Marcella George stepping onto the floor for the Hornets. She wears the number 16. She stands at 5'7", and the serve was sent over, but the official says his time. The down official steps over. And Fairbanks and he have a word, but not sure nothing comes out of it. No worries. George comes up with the dig, sent back over by Faith Rusted. Really close up front. And they call that is Eckert in the net. Very tight battle there up front. Coach Fairbanks encouraging her team from the sideline as Ryerson gets to it. Kropinski and then sent over. Here's that was Fletcher. Faith Rusted is there. Ryerson sent over on 2, but sent right back. Attack is going to be way too far. As that was Drews going after it. (15-9) in the 4th. Fleming on the serve and worked around by the Hornets. Wothy was the one who attacked, and Steer on the attack on the other side. Here's Selly. Nice job by Reap. Rusted, and then Fleming on a free pass. There's George for it. Krapinski, and then another hard hit by Eckert. And that was her the last time as well. I apologize. Her hair was covering up where the 8 connects, but it's a 6 instead. 16-9 serve. Ryerson. Krapinski. Back to Ryerson, and she was just too flat-footed on it. Trying to send it over with the flat palm, and it's a 17-9 lead for the Hawley Nuggets in the 4th set as Coach Fairbanks wants to take a timeout and talk to the Hornets. They trail by, let's see, that's by 8 on the Community Co-op scoreboard. They also trail by 1 set here in set number 4. We'll see if they can crawl back in on yourliveevent.com.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Community Co-op scoreboard reads 17 for Hawley. Frazee with 9 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken, glad to have the play-by-play action for you on a Thursday night. Thursday night volleyball from Hawley, Minnesota. We have Monday night volleyball coming up here on yourliveevent.com. Perham comes to Hawley. So we go from the Frazee Hornets to the Perham Yellow Jackets. So the Nuggets facing off against the Bees. The Wasps. Resuming play here. Good job by the Hornets, sending it back over. Here's Rusted on the attack. Kropinski tries to go after it. I like the attempt, but out of bounds. Good job by Faith Rusted. Here's Fleming continuing her serve run. And a Steer trying to find that back corner. There's Ryerson. Good block up front by the Hornets. Nuggets trying to work with it again. Blocked to the wrong side. George and then sent over by Eckert. Fleming. This is Ingrid Rusted, sent to Faith Rusted. Goes through the block and mishandled there by Selly. And they take a 10-point lead in the fourth. They have the 2-set lead as well. Fleming is on a good service run here, but as I say that, Jada Jekvig will be the one to step on and will change things up a little bit on the Nuggets side. Ryerson comes up with it. Kropinski then sent over by Selly. That one's out of bounds. Good read by the Nuggets. Maddie Walker also, you can see her on the near side of the floor. And a timeout taken by Frazee here on yourliveevent.com. The community co-op scoreboard reads Hawley Nuggets 20, Frazee Hornets 9. And we're in set number 4, a 2-1 set lead for the Nuggets after dropping the first one 25-19. But then it's been the Nuggets in control for the most part, 25-9 in set number 2, 25-16 in set number 3. We saw some of the bench come in, which we're starting to see that again here. But they had a couple of mistakes, ultimately a decent run. They led it 12-12 at one point in that third set. And then we saw some of the backups come in, and not a big deal. Getting them some experience, they need that. Getting the varsity girls some rest, and a 25-16 win in the third set. So it was a big set 1 win for the Hornets, that is for sure. And I don't like to dwell too much on records, but 2-12 is what the Hornets had coming into this one, compared to 11-2 for the Nuggets, as Jekvig gets ready to serve here in set number 4. Mishandled there by the Hornets, so an ace. Jada Jekvig will go into the books on the night. If nothing else happens for her, she at least gets that one ace. She'll serve again. George is there. Kropinski, followed by Selly on the attack. Reap, Rusted, and then Steer on the attack. Blocked! And Rusted couldn't get to it. Big block up front. That's a good job. That looked to be Selly and Eckert. .11-point lead for the Nuggets as Selly goes on the serve. Reap is there. Rusted to Rusted. In the back is where Ryerson is. Kropinski, followed by Eckert. Worked around by the Nuggets, and Steer puts too much on it as that goes out the back, and it'll be a 10-point lead now for the Nuggets, but the Hornets will be the ones serving. Marcella George steps off, and I believe it's Wolde that steps on. Rusted to Rusted, but Ryerson's there. Kropinski, followed by Rats on the pass back. There's Maddie Walker. Rusted calls off Steer. Rusted goes on the attack. This one going to be too far. And as I say that, it's too far, but we have Faith Rusted in the net. 12-21 serve by the Hornets. Goes across, not quite, as Jetvig was trying to get to it. It hits the top of the net and falls back down. Selly with the ace, her first ace of the night. Not very many aces for this Hornets team. Another one for her as Ingrid Rusted can't quite get to it. Turns into 2 in a row. Reap on the reception. Ingrid Rusted. Now Faith Rusted tries to push it over. Doesn't quite work out. And the Hornets slowly creep back in, down by 6 in set number 4. Walker is there for it. Rusted up to Faith Rusted. Ryerson, Krapinski, and now Rats on the attack. Blocked up front, that falls out of bounds. Good block up front by Steer and Ingrid Rusted, but it fell on the wrong side of the line. Walker is there to dig. Ingrid Rusted. Faith Rusted wants some revenge, and she'll take it. So that'll be 8 kills for Faith Rusted, the assist to Ingrid Rusted as Anna Steer steps back to serve. Up 22-16. Unfortunate there as she puts it into the net. So the Hornets get a free B there, and they get the ball down by 5. Jada Jetvig not in the right spot as the Hornets come up with the ace. That is Ryan Eckert. Her second ace on the night. Now they trail by 4. This one goes to the back corner. Fleming is there. Ingrid Rusted gets to it, and then she goes into the net. This will cause Coach Rusted to take a timeout as she leads by 3. I should say the Nuggets lead by 3 as they've had quite the build back up here from the Frazee Hornets. Trying to make this into a 5-set match. The Hawley Nuggets lead on the Community Co-op scoreboard in both score and set score. Up 2-1, up 22-19 on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leif Bach, and glad to have the play-by-play action on a Thursday night for you. Hope you're watching this exciting game before your eyes and not watching football. Or maybe you're watching both. We saw a 25-19 win for the Hornets in the first set. Then it was all Nuggets, 25-9 and 25-16. And now we're starting to see things lag a little bit for the Hawley Golden Nuggets. Only up by 3 as the Hornets have had a good run here. A couple of mistakes have given it back to the Nuggets, but the Nuggets have also made their own mistakes. Rusted to Rusted in the back row, that's Eckert. And then Rats and Krapinski get kind of mixed up there. Walker will step back off the floor. Iverson steps on, and stepping back is Ingrid Rusted. Getting to it first is Rats. Krapinski is there. Free pass over by Ryerson. Fleming. Rusted, and then Iverson on the attack. There's Krapinski. Mayfield up front at the net. Misses it. Turns into 24-19. Match point serve coming up for the freshman. This one goes, nice job by Ryerson. Pushed over by Krapinski. There's Steer. Rusted, and to the back is Steer. Great job to finish this one up. Izzy Steer comes up with the kill in the fourth set, and that's how things close for the night. 3-1 is how it closes out as the Hawley Nuggets take out the Frazee Hornets in 4. It was starting to look like it might turn into it might become a 5th set coming our way, but that's not how things went as the Nuggets came up with it there. Great job for Isabel Steer on the kill. Great job for the freshman. We'll come back here with your post-game statistics. We also have your Enbridge Energy Player of the Game coming up. Who's it going to be tonight? Well, I've got some decisions to make, I suppose, here. 3-1 final on yourliveevent.com. More coming up.
If you're in need of Minnesota and or North Dakota high school athletics coverage, head to yourliveevent.com so you don't miss out on moments like these.
Straight up the middle, bounces, he's open, he's down the field, touchdown, Nuggets!
Go to our YouTube page at Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated.
Intercepted!
Follow us on Twitter at Your Live Event 1 and on Facebook at Your Live Event.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With over 950 students, the Hawley Public Schools strive to provide a personalized learning experience for each and every one of their students to be the best that they can be. The lessons taught at Hawley Public Schools will stay with students not just throughout their academic career, but through adulthood as well. For more information about the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us or like them on Facebook at Hawley Nuggets. Good luck, Nuggets, from the Hawley Public Schools.
Egg Country offers a wide range of internal growth. If you have a goal in mind and you put your mind to it, your successes can be endless.
There are so many jobs within this company that you can rotate into.
I like challenges. Egg Country gives me challenges.
Yeah, Egg Country is a great place to work. There's plenty of flexibility. You're never tied to your desk. There's a team here that is always there for you.
Yeah, grab your role and run with it, and always be aware of the opportunities because they're in front of you.
You may read articles that attempt to predict market conditions and returns, but these are impossible to predict. At Bighorn Financial Services, we work hard to educate our clients during the retirement planning process while providing you with a customized strategy that aims to suit your needs. We work hard to give you the confidence you need as you look to the future. Now is a great time to review your accounts, and we'd love to help you along the way. Call me, Kurt Fillion at Bighorn, to set up an appointment. 218-444-8894. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With yourliveevent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
For the best selection in new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, stop by Christian Motors, your Chevy and GMC dealer, Highway 32 North in Fertile. With one of the biggest, best selections around and the most competitive prices, it's worth your time to stop and visit the guys and let them put you in a new vehicle. Check out the selection online at christianmotors.com or stop by the lot in Fertile. Proud to be your Chevy and GMC dealer. It's Christian Motors in Fertile.
Thanks for sticking around on yourliveevent.com. I'm Leaf Bakken as the Hawley Golden Nuggets take this one from the Frazee Hornets 3-1 after a struggle in the first set of 25-19 for both teams, I would say, but unfortunately the Nuggets struggled a little more. But then they looked like a whole new team in set number 2, coming out 25-9. Set number 3, there were some mistakes, but had a good run. They led by 12 at one point, I believe, and then they put in some of the bench, and I'm not going to blame the bench, but mistakes were made, and it was a 25-16 finish there. And then I already reset my scoreboard, and I believe we were 25-19 here in set number 4, as we saw some late set mistakes from the Nuggets, but ultimately they were able to power through it and come up with the win. Let's look at your statistics for our two teams, as according to what I have here, the Frazee Hornets will drop to 2-13 overall. On the stats, we look at aces. They had 2 in the first set and then none in the next 2. 4 aces in the second set. Your leaders there were Haley Selly and Ryan Eckert, who each had 2 apiece. In the blocks category, it went 3 in the first, none in the second, 2 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. Your leader for blocks on the Hornet side of things was split between Rats and Eckert, who each had 2. Mayfield was also there with 2 as well. In the kills category, it went 6, then 2, 3, then 3, as your kill leader was Haley Selly with 4. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the fourth set. And in the assist category, it went 5, 2, 4, 2. Your leader was Madison Olson, who did a good job assisting her team with 7, followed by Harley Krapinski, who did a nice job at 5. Well, let's take a look at your Hawley Golden Nuggets and their final statistics, and then we're going to get to Grace Fleming, who is patiently waiting for me to wrap this up. 1 ace in the first set. That one was put on by Anna Steer, who led in aces for this one. She had 4 total on the game. It went 3 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. In the blocks category, 5 blocks in the first set. It was 2 by Steer and Rusted, along with Fleming having 1. There was also 2 put on by Steer and 1 put on by Eilertson. In the kills category, it went 6, 9, 8, and then 9 once again. We saw a great performance here by Grace Fleming with 10 of those. We saw her with 3 in the second, second, third, and fourth. And then on the next one was Anna Steer with 7. No, take that back. Faith Rusted with 8, then Steer, followed by Isabel Steer at 5. And in the assist category, it was all Alex Eilertson continuing to do her job. I have her marked unofficially down for 22 assists, but it went 3 in the first set, 9 assists in the second, 7 in the third, and 5 in the fourth is what I meant to say there. Followed after Eilertson, there was only 2 by Ingrid Rusted in that fourth set, 1 by Allie Reap as well. Again, in the sets, we went 25-19 in favor of the Hornets, 25-9 in set 2 for the Nuggets, 25-16 Nuggets, and 25-19 Nuggets. I'll invite Grace to grab the microphone and talk with us a little bit as we talk here with the Community Co-op scoreboard showing us a 3-1 final for your team. I don't like to focus on the negative, but what happened there in the first set, it just appeared to me like a lot of mistakes, and it was hard to get out of that hole.
Yeah, we were definitely high on energy, and we didn't contain it, so we got a little sloppy. Like, our passes weren't on the net, making it hard to get a set and a kill. And I think throughout the game we learned to stay a little more level with our energy. Sure. And not just be so sloppy and make the little mistakes and errors.
Well, and it kind of felt like maybe that came back to haunt us again in the fourth set, where maybe the Hornets were putting a lot of power behind those attacks, and so we saw a lot of those, a lot of the ball getting up to the net, and so Rusted and Eilertson both kind of unable to control that up front. When you get too close, it causes problems.
Yeah, we definitely had our passes a little close tonight. And in the fourth set, we had some different dynamics, so it took a little bit to just work together and figure out how to get the passes in the right spot.
Well, I've talked to you about this. I've talked to Alex about this. I've talked to Faith about this. You guys are kind of the Power 3 seniors. You guys have played together for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And tonight you led in kills with 10 of them. I mean, it was basically, from a lot of the time, if I can remember, it goes Rusted, Eilertson, you. Rusted, Eilertson, you. I mean, and is that how it's always been set up? I mean, there's a couple of times where somebody else maybe got the dig or Faith went after the kill, but you guys have just been, it's like clockwork to me from watching it.
Yeah, we've definitely played together for a long time, so it just makes everything click a little bit easier. And we just know each other's strengths and weaknesses and can trust each other. So,
would you say coming into this game that I don't want to say expectations were low, because I think you guys played a high-quality ball, but Frazee coming in with kind of a lower record, you guys doing really well, was there maybe a little bit of, no, this will be a decent game for us to just walk onto?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why our energy got a little high, and we just got to make sure we come out strong even when we don't know how it's going to be. But we definitely started to click together, and get our dynamics going.
So what's your thoughts now as a senior, as a leader of this team, as Pregame comes to town on Monday? What are your thoughts there as the Yellow Jackets will be here?
I think the team's getting really excited, especially since we have a tournament there on Saturday, so we'll hopefully get to see them some. And I think we're definitely going to be ready for them this time, because last time I think a lot happened, what happened at Frazee here. And so I feel like we're definitely going to come out with energy but stay level and just get our passes going and kills and just putting in the right defense and setting up to fit them.
Also, what are your thoughts on tournaments? I'll leave you with this question. What do you enjoy going to tournaments? Does that I think as a coach, I think Coach Rusted would say get you guys experience and getting going and those kinds of things. But as a player, do you enjoy that, or are those tiresome?
I really enjoy tournaments. Yes, they're a little tiring, but I think it's good to see some different teams that you may not see during a regular season and just get a little extra game-like experience instead of just practices. And it just is good to see some teams before you play them as well.
Sure.
And get our dynamics flowing a little easier, work out the kinks.
Yeah. Well, I just want you to know, Grace, that you did a great job, obviously, and that's why Coach sent you up here. You brought the energy to the floor, and that's why you're going to be my Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. There you are.
Thank you.
You bet. And keep up the good work. You guys have a full weekend ahead of you. You get a day off. I imagine practice will be maybe a little tough, but you've got a day off, and then you're into tournament, and then you get to see Pregame again, and I'll see you guys again on Monday. So.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Grace Fleming leading the team tonight in kills. I have her down for 10 unofficially. She had 3 in sets 2, 3, and 4, and so great to see her doing a great job, and those 3 seniors doing an awesome job. Also a great job tonight for Ashley Fletcher, who's also a senior, and then we saw the Steer sisters. They start as well, so we saw the junior and the freshman who came onto the floor. We saw an opportunity here for Coach Rusted to bring on some of her bench, and so that was exciting as well. We're going to hear from Coach Kathleen Rusted in just a little bit as we see a 3-1 final here on yourliveevent.com. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Community Co-op provides energy solutions. Farm fuels, lubricants, propane, natural gas are all available to farms, homes, businesses from Community Co-op. They enjoy working with their customers to meet your fuel and energy solutions. Call 1-888-935-2281 for farm fuel pricing, contract programs, farm lubricants, propane pricing, and delivery for farm, home, business, and natural gas service. Community Co-op appreciates the business of all current and new customers.
At Hawley Public Schools, their focus is on students. With preschool, before and after school enrichment, and community education, the Hawley Public Schools are able to provide learning opportunities for all students. With academic clubs, athletics, and fine arts, the Hawley Public Schools has the right club or organization for your student to become a member of. To learn more about programs and activities offered by the Hawley Public Schools, visit them online at hawley.k12.mn.us.
On yourliveevent.com, in our post-game show, it's a 3-1 victory for the Hawley Golden Nuggets over the Frazee Hornets tonight after a 25-19 fall in the first set to the Hornets. Then it was 25-9 Nuggets, 25-16, and 25-19. And we are joined by Coach Kathleen Rusted to recap the night. I'm going to say the same thing I said to Grace. I don't like to talk about the negative, but I think you have to address it a little bit here. Set 1 didn't look great. Fleming attributed to high energy and not being able to control that energy or the ball. And I would agree with that. I mean, a few errors, and I also thought that maybe these officials were very focused on the net tonight as well.
I would say that Frazee came out with a little more fire than our girls did. So they earned that game fair and square. They served aggressively. They hit aggressively. They passed the ball very well in comparison to our passing and serving. And I said that at the beginning of the game, if you can't pass and serve, and our girls did not do that. They didn't execute in the beginning of the game. So Frazee did a great job on execution and passing and serving the first game.
Yeah, and it was a little bit of a battle there at the beginning, and it kind of when we got to that fourth set and we started off, I thought, oh, they're battling. Frazee's battling again, and it's exactly like you said. I think they had a little fire in their gut at the beginning and towards the end there, and you got to give credit to Coach Fairbanks and the Hornets as they did a good job tonight.
Yes, I think they also work really hard. They had 2 blockers up on our hitters just about every time, kind of a piece of a lot of our attacks. And I think, our team probably needs to work a little bit better about having 2 blockers up against them at all times, expecting that, and hits just weren't going exactly where we thought they were going to go. So credit to Frazee for working hard and putting up 2 blockers against us. They worked really hard. Our girls, things started to go our way. I was privileged to get some more players in there. We like to see our bench out on the floor, so I'm not going to complain about that. Almost got everybody out there getting a little piece of the pie tonight.
Absolutely. And despite that loss in that first set, 5 blocks according to my stats in that first set, along with 6 kills. So that's nothing to sneeze at really either. I mean, the girls did a great job on the net tonight. 2 for Faith. Isabel Steer had 2 blocks. And also Anna Steer with 2 blocks tonight. So a little more action up front than we'd seen in the last several games.
Yeah, lots of action. I think in our favor and not so much in our favor. Net plays. So I don't know if they just wanted to get so close to Frazee they forgot the net was there or what.
Yeah, that's true. And ultimately, we saw the serving and the passing come back for the team. And like we said at the beginning, the bread and butter, that came back. And ultimately, I think that's what drove sets 2 and 3 to your side.
Yeah, I think it does help with passing. You get that pass up there. It gets our middles going. We can run some quicker offenses in there. When you have the back row attack, you lose a little bit more option. And I think I was happy with the passing and serving. Came around in the end, kind of on our favor. And
then also, I'm not going to blame your bench at all, but in that 4th set, do you feel like Frazee just brought some more energy, or do you think that the energy on your side kind of the Nuggets got energized again and it was just a little too much, and bring that into control that we saw the Hornets came back on a run and they got close on a 25-19 loss on their side?
Yeah, I think I did a little bit of shuffling in there, and I think, volleyball is such a game of momentum.
Yeah.
People can feel each other on the floor a lot, especially if players have been on the floor together a lot. And when you shuffle kids in and out, you have different people standing next to you, left or right, not taking balls they normally take. That does really change the momentum of the game. I think we let Frazee in a little bit there because we maybe questioned who was next to us, left or right, or was that ball in or out. So, that tends to happen, unfortunately. But we came in, we back in, we focused when we needed to focus, and we got the game point.
Absolutely. We're talking with Coach Kathleen Rusted of the Hawley Nuggets as they come up with the win 3-1 tonight. And let's do a little recap and talk about what's to come this week. Hosting 2 at home, you had the 3-set win over East Grand Forks, 25-7, 25-16, and 25-19. Another opportunity there, as you did tonight, to have the bench come out and show what they've been learning and what they can give to you coming up to tournament time and next year as well.
Yeah, so this week was a good week to get as many players in as I can. It's going to look a little different with our 6 seniors off the court next year, but it's always fun. Always fun to have everybody that gets a chance to be out on the floor, whatever position, at some point during the games.
Again, tonight it was 25-19 in favor of the Hornets in the first. Then it was 25-9, 25-16, 25-19 in favor of the Nuggets for the final 3 and 3-1 win. What were your takeaways tonight for your team as you head off to a tournament on the weekend?
Passing and serving dictates the game. It really does. As soon as they lose control in the backcourt, things just kind of go south. So if they can learn that focus on the back end line, communicate early, I think things will go our way. It really just does boil down to passing and serving. I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record, but it shows itself out on the court so many times.
So the nice thing about the tournament this weekend is it's in Perham, correct?
Yep.
So that kind of gives you a chance to see some other teams, of course, in a tournament, but then Perham comes to town on Monday. So hoping for an opportunity this weekend to see them?
I am definitely hoping for an opportunity, and I speak for the team when I say they want an opportunity at Perham again. Maybe a couple.
What do you think it's going to take for to bring up a win on that? I mean, if you're facing them again and wanting that back.
The last time we played them, we did not serve or pass well. and we had way too many errors. It was early on in the season. Girls were still getting used to each other on the court. I feel that has gotten a lot better. They've grown a little more into their role, hopefully. We see that. They're lots more confident. I think our setters, one in particular, our Alex G has just gotten smarter and smarter each time on the court, learning to handle the ball really well. And you hope that they learn a few things and they carry each thing that they learn to the next game, to the next game, and to the next game. Even if it's not in the first game, we didn't get this one in Frazee, they figured it out the next game. So I'm hoping that all those little things, the errors, the serving, passing, they're fine-tuning those this weekend and Monday with a little grit.
Absolutely. Last question for you, coaches. As I talked with Grace about it, I've talked with the other coaches about it, and correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like I've seen the teams that have come to Hawley High School to play you guys have had a lot of tournaments under their belt. And you guys have had a few, and now you go into another tournament. What are your thoughts on tournaments? Do you enjoy going to them and getting that experience for the girls, or is it one of those things where you're saving that for conference and regular season play? Just tell me a little bit about tournaments.
I'm kind of 50-50. I enjoy seeing the time spent on the court. I think there's some things learned in tournaments that you get extra chances to learn if you make mistakes. You can make mistakes and learn from those, or let's say you're trying to work on some sort of defense or something like that. You can learn from those mistakes because you'll have more chances. On the other hand, you also have more chances to make too many mistakes and you get into some bad habits. So I don't appreciate that part about tournaments, and I think the girls get tired at the end of the tournaments. So they make mistakes that they probably normally wouldn't make on a shorter night.
Very good. There's some coach insight from Coach Kathleen Rusted of the Hawley Golden Nuggets here on their 3-1 win over the Frazee Hornets. Coach, best of luck this weekend, and we'll see you again on Monday.
Thank you, Leaf.
Kathleen Rusted, head coach for the Hawley Nuggets, and I think that's how we're going to wrap things up here on yourliveevent.com. Congratulations again to Grace Fleming on being our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and the Community Co-op scoreboard told us that we had a 25-19 win for the Hornets in set number 1. Then it was 25-9 in set number 2, 25-16 in 3, and 25-19 in 4. Taking the back end of that for the Nuggets tonight. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm Leaf Bakken. Glad to have you along for the ride, and we'll be along for the ride once again. We have got some football action coming your way tomorrow here on yourliveevent.com. Hillsborough Central Valley at Grafton versus Grafton, 11-man North Dakota ball. 11-man North Dakota ball also includes Linton HMB versus Central Cass. And 9-man football in North Dakota is going to be Cavalier versus Finley Sharon Hope Page. Red Lake County at Mahnomen Waubun for Minnesota football. And International Falls at Greenway Nashawak Keewatin for football as well in Minnesota. And jumping back to 11-man North Dakota football, it's Ellendale Edgeley Combe at Oak Grove, all here on yourliveevent.com. We're glad you came along. And thank those you saw here for our advertising for making these games possible as well. This has been Your Live Event, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. I'm Leaf Bakken, saying we'll see you down the road.
We'll be right back.